So thank you so much for just, taking the time out to, I guess, be on an interview with me. And so
Yes, of course.
I just wanted to, before I even begin, I wanted to
Mhm.
ask you, how were you at the start before working with me, or in the first session, or in the first enrollment call? Like, talk to me, talk to everyone about it. I think it's important.
I was like so like just like down. I was like not myself. I feel like I was lacking so much confidence in myself that I feel like I once had. And I kind of started to realize that that confidence I had was coming from external validation. So like kind of understanding that I didn't have that internal self-love for myself was like a really big like truck that like hit me. And
Mm,
so before like talking to you again, like it was just like low self-esteem, low confidence. Like I felt like I didn't really have self-worth, or I didn't know my self-worth.
mm,
And it was just bad. It was just bad. And
mm,
like I feel like I wouldn't see how grateful I really was. I would always see what I didn't have and what I wanted. A lot
mm.
of comparing of myself, like, oh gosh.
It was a lot, wasn't it? I remember in our first session, or in our first few sessions, there was a lot of you being in your head. And I could
Oh,
see, like, we're just gonna break you through. And now you're in a space where you're just like expansive and super grateful. And I'm sure that, have your manifestations been more speedy, or what's been
I would say yes, very much so. Like yes, I like do them now. Like, especially when I like do a lot of scripting, like it really just like comes like that. Like I'm telling you, like that test that I told you I was taking, I wasn't supposed to pass it. Like I'm telling you, I didn't know anything. And like I like manifested that I did, and like here we are.
Love it, love it, love it. For people who don't, who aren't catching on, so Valerie passed her nursing exam, because I'm gonna
Yes.
laugh it out. So congratulations again on that. Like, you'll be
Thank you.
fine.
Thank you.
You'll be always sweet. You're always sweet. So I wanted to ask you now, what made you want to work with me? Because
Mm,
there's so many coaches out there. So, and I know it's a big thing to invest in somebody else to
yeah.
help guide you. So was there any appeal to specifically me, or were you looking for a coach for a while? Like, what was going on back then?
I feel like I would see like, things about life coaches, and like I always kind of knew that I wanted one just because of like how I was feeling and where I was at in my life. But what drew me to you was like seeing it was like when I first saw you on TikTok, I was like, okay, like her videos are like really resonating with me. Like, wait a minute. And then it was when we met, I was like, okay, like it really solidified it because you're just very genuine, you're very real. Like I feel like with a lot of other like coaches, you'll see it's very, I don't know, it feels very fabricated and it just doesn't feel as genuine. Like you were like, when we talked, you were like, hey, when you join my program, like this isn't going to be like, I want you to be able to like, I don't want to be your crutch. I want to help you and give you the tools and resources so that after we're done, you're good. I don't want to see you back here, not in like a bad way, but like, I know you always got my back, but you're like, I want you to be self-sufficient after we're done. And I feel like you don't see that with a lot of other coaches. Like they kind of like want you to stay with them and, just collect that money from you. You were like, girl, I'm going to make you good. And I'm going to give you the resources to keep you good. So that's what I
100%.
just really appreciated.
Oh, thanks, Valerie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I tell everyone this, like, if you're willing to put in 200%, I will be
Mm-hmm.
200%, give you
That's
everything that I know, everything. Because for me,
what you said.
I feel as though I'll be a shit coach if I was dependent on existing clients.
Yeah.
Like, why can't they go out and do their own thing? Because I feel as though
Yeah.
we individually, we're also independent, and we all can tap into those resources ourselves to do our own healing, to do our own growth. So
Yeah.
it's amazing that you were able to remember that, because it's been a while since I've done like any enrollment calls. I'm like, that's so true. That is so
Yeah.
true. I love that. I love that. No, that's awesome. Like, I think yeah, I think what drew me to you was just like, you were just, I could see there was a lot of fear. And like, I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember when we first spoke, we just clicked. And with all of my clients,
Yes.
it's always been a like, fuck yes. Like, I just know. I just
Mm-hmm.
know, like I could see, because we did for people who don't know, I give my clients a pre-programmed workbook where you write down your best self and like who you want to be. So
Mm-hmm.
Valerie, do you feel as though you're starting to embody your best self today?
100%. 100%. Like, I feel like I just even rereading what I wrote in that pre-workbook, I'm like, damn, like I literally feel like it's if it's not there, it's almost here. If I'm not fully embodied in it, like I'm getting there and nothing's gonna stop me.
So what traits do what traits do you have now that you didn't have before that you thought you never could have?
You know, I think it's the self-awareness. Like that's a really big one. Like I feel like I thought I knew things about myself, but like no, like you really taught me a lot more
Mm,
than than I thought I knew.
mm,
And I like even when I like make decisions now, like that is something I think about. Oh, that's another one, decision making.
mm.
I was the type of person that would always go and ask everybody else because I couldn't trust in myself. And now like no, I trust in myself. Like I sometimes obviously have to like stop myself and be like, do we really need all these other people's opinions? No, okay, just if that's what you want to do, then do it. So I love that part. Like
How powerful is that?
it's so powerful
How
because
powerful?
when you make that decision on your own and it like just good comes from it, you're just like, I did that. I
Or
did that.
you? Because this is all about taking full responsibility and accountability
Mhm.
for your life. So when things
Yeah,
go well, you're like, it's all me. And when things go bad, you're like, that's okay. We pivot. That is okay. Not an attack to my personal worth or value or anything. We just pivot. We go around or we figure a way through. That's it. How
exactly.
powerful that is.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Oh, and I was
Like,
gonna go ahead. Sorry.
no, that's it. I'm just like, I just love it. It just makes you feel different too when you can start trusting yourself and making those decisions on your own.
And it's like a muscle too. It's like once you do it,
Yeah.
you're like, wait a minute, this is like fine. Like I don't even want any other people's opinions at all. Like I
Yes.
don't. And then you realize how many people give you their opinions without you even asking for it. You're just like, no, don't
Yes.
come into my energy field. Don't come into my energy field. Mm.
Literally. Holy moly. Yes.
Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with that.
Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
Because my intuition came through, and it's amazing that like you're able to
Mhm.
make your own decisions, but be careful because people who don't know how to make their own decisions will look at you
Yeah.
and be like, oh, I'm gonna plant a seed of doubt in that because I don't like the fact that Valerie's moving up and like
Mhm.
choosing herself. So that's
Yeah.
just the side of coaching, just from what I picked up.
Yeah.
So
Appreciate that.
just remember that. But I remember in all our sessions, I would always laugh because I remember I would just tell you straight up like this is why. This is why you are the way that you are. This is your pattern. This is how we're gonna break it. And every single time you were like, oh my gosh, it was right in front of me. How did it
It
feel
was just mind blown.
for me to nip it, like nip it in the
Yeah.
bud? Like I said, I was gonna nip you into pieces and take the things out that were blocking you away. Like, how did that feel? Like seeing that in action or feeling that or being on the receiving side of it.
Every single time you did it, it was just a freaking mind blow. It was every time. Like, I was just like, fudge. Okay. Like, damn. It was really just right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Even like rewatching our sessions, like just seeing my reactions to you being like, it's this, and me just being like, okay. Okay, this makes sense. This makes sense.
And I used to remember I would always come up with a warning. I'd be like, Valerie, I'm just gonna just take a deep breath.
You really,
I'm
yeah.
gonna just, but it's good. It's good because like
Mhm.
that's the reason why coaches exist, and even why I have my own coaches because like for example, the other day I was like in a slump for a few weeks. And I didn't know why, and then my coach was like to me, "You've been rejecting yourself by not feeling your feelings," and I'm like, and it's very simple. And I was like, but I'm a coach, I should get it. He was just like, coaches need coaches. Like you need someone to pull you up on your shit that you can't actually see. Like everything that I
Dang.
pulled you up on, you would have never been able to pick up by yourself. Same with me. Just
Yeah.
simple things coming my way. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've just been rejecting myself. Okay, learning how to accept myself, and then boom, my life is like I'm back into alignment. So
Right.
it's just insane. It's just insane. So where are you going from here? What are you thinking now with this new fresh mindset, this new juicy mindset, this juicy confidence, and this just taking full accountability and responsibility for your life? Like that must feel so powerful. It's like have you realized that it's kind of like this power that people are trying to chase in things?
Yes. Absolutely.
Have it
Absolutely.
in you, in your soul.
Like I I just feel like I have this feeling now where I feel like literally, Vanessa, I can do anything. Like I could literally do anything.
Of course you can, boo. Of course.
Like, and I feel like just knowing that is so powerful in itself. It like sometimes like I get goosebumps because I'm like, I know I can fucking do it. Like I know I can do it. So I'm gonna do it. Literally.
Just it's so good just seeing the woman that you are today versus the woman you were 8 weeks ago, because I remember you were so afraid. And I was like, if you trusted me, I swear, I bet you, not bet you, I won't promise you anything, but like if you match me where I'm at with where you want to be, I will get you there. Because I always have visions. I like when you wrote down your best self and when you were telling me about all the things you wanted to do, I was like, that's so easy. That is so easy. And then just plop, 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 and now you're here. And that's just powerful. That's just powerful. So thank you so much for just allowing me to interview you. Sorry, it's like 9 a.m. in the morning and I'm
Girl, I get it.
Would you have any final words or any tips for anyone who is watching your interview right now and maybe resonate with you, or maybe indecisive about doing the self-work or the healing journey or all that?
I would say that getting a life coach is just like making an investment in yourself. And if you're serious about working on yourself and, kind of just getting rid of your limiting beliefs, or even just, looking for that self-confidence that you need, or just like having someone on your team, it's just so worth it. It's so worth it. And I feel as though wanting to do it and not doing it is like a disservice to yourself, because there's a reason you want to do it. So just do it. That's what I got.
Oh my gosh, Valerie, you're sounding like me.
Ah!
Oh my God, you're putting me out of my career. Stop this. Stop this. I don't know. I remember we were in I think we were in our first call, and then you were like, oh, I don't know. And then I don't think it was our first call, but maybe it was a few sessions in, and maybe it was with another client. But I was like, when you don't go after your dreams, it's not just you who lets yourself down. You let yourself down with potential people that you could have reached, your subscribers, your followers, like your community, your people. And so it's not just you, because you is just ego.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to go out. And just before we leave, how did you feel when I taught you how I manifest?
Ooh, honestly, it was like you made me, oh gosh, you made me realize so much about it as to why I was like doing it wrong and not getting like what I wanted, especially your analogy about the food, and you put your order in and it's coming, like, and then when you straight up told me like, hey Val, there's a reason it's not coming. It's because you're annoying them. You keep asking for it. Leave it alone. And just the patience that you I was like, okay. Like when you told me that, I was like, I know I'm annoying them. I was like, I am. And it just made sense. And so just like the patience that you taught me that comes with it, it was like very valuable. The way that you taught me how you manifest, I was like, okay. Like, so I'm doing it now. And I feel like I don't even think about it anymore. I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm just like living the way I want to,
Of course, boo. Of course. You don't live your life waiting for the universe to give you things.
You can't.
Order. No, you don't do that. No. And I think a lot of my potential clients, like I think a lot of clients I'm getting through right now want to learn how to manifest fast. The thing is, have you realized that you can't manifest fast? Like, I don't know, you can't manifest fast without actually doing the work to clear the blockages that are within you in order to receive those manifestations.
100%. It's going to take some work. Like I feel like if you want it to come as fast as you do, then the reason it's not coming as fast is because you have limited beliefs, you have blocks, and you have to do that inner work so that you can start manifesting faster.